Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. It's your old mate Beetle Dave, the record collector. Now I reviewed the Crosley T150 about a month ago. You know, I got it, I showed you what it was like, and then I said I was going to do a follow-up video to what it's like living with this record deck every day for a month, which is basically what I've done. Now if this has worked out right, you will see this video over the bank holiday weekend. I'm sorry it's a bit strange, this video, but Sue bought me a new gimbal thing, so I just thought we'd try it out. Like I said, Crosley T150. I paid next to nothing for it, if you watch the original video. So I've been using it most days between 2 and 4 hours, say. I haven't gone over the top with it. Now some people don't like these. It's, you know, it's never going to be an audiophile product, and I did say that in the original video. So I've been like I say, I've had it a month now. I am very happy with it. I mean, I paid peanuts for it anyway, to be honest. I think it was £50 I paid for this. Now the sound quality is absolutely amazing, and I've only been using it running through these shelf speakers or bookshelf speakers. Now these are 30 watts per speaker, sorry, 15 watts per speaker, so it gives you a total output of 30 watts. I've played various records on it. I've played LPs, I've played 12-inch singles, I've played some 45s, but mainly I have been playing LPs on it. Not my mint copies or anything, just normal LPs that you'd go and find at a charity shop or somebody might give you. Not necessarily wrecked LPs, but average LPs. I've played the Beatles Oldies but Goldies on it. I've played a Sergeant Pepper on it. I've played Slade in Flame on it. I've played, what else did I play on it? A couple of McCartney and Wings things like Band on the Run, Ram. I've played David Bowie's Hunky Dory on it, to name but a few. So, you know, it's been through its paces. Like I say, the sound quality is fine. I haven't put it up, connected it to my amp. I did, but to be honest, it didn't really sound any different. And as I explained at the time, depending on what you record something on, if I was to play your record, it would sound completely different to what it was in real life. Now in my music room, where it is at the minute, which it's not going to stay here, by the way, I just left it here because it was the nearest place for a plug socket. Yeah, I've got no qualms about this whatsoever. The on-off switch was at the back. Now the easiest way to get rid of that is leave that on, right, but unplug it there at your power point, and then turn your volume right down, right, because your volume is also an on-off switch. So if you leave it on, then you don't have to bother about going around the back. It hasn't got a dust cover, which we mentioned before. Has that really bothered my entertainment of listening to this? No, it hasn't. Like I say, it does sound really good. I said at the time that it was a complete manual turntable. Technically it's not. Yes, you do have to put that on manually, but when it gets to the end, about there, it automatically finishes. So I should imagine it's classed as a semi-automatic turntable. The speed is now perfect. I did say it sounded like it was running a little bit fast, and the easiest way to do it was I went out and bought a strobe thing, which is actually under here. So I bought one of these strobe mats. So everything is fine. The cartridge is fine. The balance and everything is great. So, like I say, I can't really fault it. As an everyday turntable, it is okay. It does what you expect it to do. You know, you can play your old singles on it, and you can play your old records and things like that. Now, when I did the original like unboxing and the review of this, I did say I was thinking of maybe letting my old Sony deck, which is that one there, which you can't see at the minute because it's that one there above the tape player, I'd probably let that go into like semi-retirement, and I still might, but at the minute I'm quite happy with it. Like I say, if you're audiophile, it's not for you. But then again, if you're audiophile, you wouldn't be paying 50 quid for a turntable, would you? I did watch a video the other day and I thought it was quite funny. I can't remember the bloke's name, and he says after years of being a CD collector, he's decided to go get back into vinyl, and somebody lent him a turntable. Now bear in mind this bloke hasn't had a turntable for 30 odd years, and this company lent him a turntable that was priced at over £13,000. £13,000 for a turntable. Now what can that turntable do that this can't? Yes, it might sound better and things like that, don't get me wrong, but if you're just going to be an average collector, you might not be using this every day, and if you are using it every day, you can upgrade it. Like I said before, you can change the cartridge. You can't change the head, but you can change the cartridge. And I meant to say that the plinth, or the turntable, the platter, is actually aluminium. That is aluminium, and then the plinth is MDF. So if we're saying it's a Crosley, and people usually say, well, Crosleys are cheap, nasty little things that are only really good for a novelty record player. Now, to a certain extent, some of them are. You know, if you've been watching the channel, you will know that I did get the Yellow Submarine Crosley suitcase player, and I did get the Anthology stroke Let It Be suitcase player. Now both of them are fine. They do what you'd expect them to do. Again, if you're an audiophile, not for you. If you're just getting back into playing records and you haven't played records for many years, then something like that is okay as a starter or entry level. I would say this is the next step up from those. Like I've said, if you want to run it through your amps, you can run it through an amp. I think you could upgrade the speakers and put better speakers on it if you wanted to. But as I'm sat here talking to you, I can't really find any faults with this. Yes, it could probably do with maybe a slightly better cartridge, but it's fine as it is. Do you need a slip mat like that? Well, you can buy slip mats, you can buy cork ones, you can buy felt ones, you know. So, you know, does it matter that it hasn't got the dust cover? To me, no, but it just seems a bit weird having a record deck that doesn't have a dust cover. So if I do keep it, I'll probably buy a second hand one, like the one that's on my Sony one over there. I think I got that off eBay, and I think if that's going to be on the table, which I think it's going to be over there on my desk, then that whole dust cover will go all the way over this. So that might be a solution. Again, it might not bother you. If you've got a spare room, ideal. If you've got a spare room, you know, you've got plenty of records, this is ideal for spare room. Is it ideal as an everyday record player or record deck? Well, so far, from what I've been doing with it, yeah, it does everything you want it to do. Plays the records, you know. There's nothing really that I can be negative about, if that makes sense. Which I thought that there might be. When I first got this and I unboxed it, it was brilliant. I was really excited. I'm still excited now talking to you. But when I'd set it up, I think the motor, I don't know what I'd done wrong, but the motor was running fast but because you've got your pitch control, you can change it. And so, you know, like I say, I've bought the strobe mat, so it's okay with that. And the other way I checked it is I got 2 singles. I played 2 Beatles singles. I played, which one did I play? All You Need Is Love, right? And I played one on here, and I played one on the Denon up there, and I just faded them in and out. And this was playing to the exact same speed as that one. You know, I mean, not everybody's got 2 record players to compare it with, but things like that. But I think that you can actually get to the motor at the bottom, which I wouldn't advise to do if you're not very technical. I think you can get to the motor, and there's like screws that you can alter to make it go slower or faster. But because you've got a pitch control, you don't really need to do it. And like I say, now it is about where it should be, in the middle. So yeah, for £50, I'm really chuffed with it. You know, I'm really happy with it. Like I say, I can't really fault it, to be honest. It hasn't let me down one bit. Every time I've been playing records, you know, whether they're mono records or stereo records, they've sounded really good. Yeah, so for what I paid for it, which was basically a takeaway and a few cans, wasn't it, if you think about it, or maybe a couple of pints in a pub nowadays, and you know, I've got something to keep. Whether it's going to stop in this room or not, I don't know, because we are doing one of the bedrooms up, so it's going to be like a guest room, so this might end up in there, you know, with a little selection of records. So yeah, I can't recommend it highly enough. Now, this will not be for everybody. I'm just telling you my experience of using this virtually every day for over a month. And you know, like I say, I can't fault it. It does everything you'd expect a record deck to do. It plays records at the right speed. What more do you want a record player to do? Cosmetically, I think it looks wonderful. You're not getting a very good shot of it there, are you? Let's go like that. Yeah, see. Because I'm not used to this gimbal thing, I'm a bit strange. It's weird to do it like this. So yeah, so fantastic, 10 out of 10. If you can get one for the price I got mine for, I would recommend you to get it. If it's a toss up between this and a suitcase one, I would go for this. Because I don't think they're that expensive. Even if you bought it from a shop, I think you'd still get this for under £100. And don't forget, you've got speakers with it as well. So basically, what's in the box is all you need to get started playing your records that you haven't played for 30 years or whatever. So that's going to be it. If you're seeing this and I've timed it right, this should be on Easter weekend. And while you're watching this, I will probably be driving my bus because I've got to work the whole of Easter weekend. So if people have been messaging me and things like that and I haven't got back to them, I do apologise, but work commitments have got in the way. So I've done this before I go to work, just so that you've got something from Beatle Dave to keep you entertained over the Easter weekend or the bank holiday weekend, whichever one you want to call it. Yeah, so all in all, 10 out of 10. No problems with it whatsoever, really. But like I say, it's each their own. You know, you could get one of these and you could think, wow, that's absolutely fantastic. It's all I ever want out of a record player. Now that's what I think. But then, if you're used to high quality record decks and things, then it probably isn't for you, because it's still a basic model, but it does everything that you want a record player to do. That's all I can say. I can't really say anymore. So yeah, I'd highly recommend it if you ever see one at the right price. Don't pay silly money for one though. I was looking at a site on an internet selling site, and there was some of these, and I think they wanted £225 for the exact same model as this. Now, it might be worth it, you know. You might think that's an okay price to pay, and like I said, that £225 is still cheap for record deck with speakers. But if you can get one like this, what I've got, and pay what I paid for it, that's better. You can see it there. Probably didn't know what I was pointing at. Yeah, so after a month I'm very, very happy. Whether I will do a follow-up video to this after 6 months, which probably might be worth doing, let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. Like I say, thank you to everybody that is supporting the channel. A few little Beetle Dave's twist and shout outs. The first twist and shout out goes to my old mate Beetle Brad. So as you twist and you shout out to Beetle Brad in America. My second one will go to Beetle Tone, Beetle Tone's Beatles channel. So as you twist and you shout out to Beetle Tone. I'm sorry, Tone, but I'm way behind on your videos. Since I've swapped my shifts around, I don't know which ones I've watched and which ones aren't now of yours. And I think I'm that far behind. I'm probably like 3 or 4 weeks behind with your videos. So I will try and catch up when I get some time off. Honestly, I will. So I hope everything's okay with you, Tone. And then I'll just do a basic twist and shout out to everybody out there who is supporting the channel. So whatever you're doing, please stay safe. I hope this video has been informative and entertaining. Just remember, it's just a little bit of fun, you know. Beetle Dave, the record collector, is showing you a record player or a record deck. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's not the end of the world, is it? You know. But yeah, I think it's fine. I really do think it's fine. So that's going to be the end of this video. Hopefully I will do another video in a couple of days, or get one posted in a couple of days. Like I said, I'm not quite sure when you're going to see this. If it's come out right, you should be seeing it on the bank holiday weekend. So peace, love and happiness to you all. Remember, you are the beat of Beetle Dave, and Beetle Dave loves each and every one of you. So love and peace, love and peace. Cheers everybody.